Hello, welcome to our little shop in Rock Valley, Iowa. We are Greenway Farms, and we have been rebuilding a lot of corn heads, mostly the 1000 series as we're looking at here. This is a 1083. This head is sold to a prior customer, and he has chosen to have this head equipped with hydraulic deck plates. Our intention here is to show you what we do to rebuild a head and to be more informative about the whole process. This head has been completely disassembled and then remanufactured with new parts and then put back together. The first thing that we do on any head is to ensure the quality of the gearbox that you're getting. This is important because a good gearbox has good square shafts coming out of it, and this means we now have the ability to keep the stock rollers nicely in time and tight and spinning around against each other, which is a very important element of any head. All right then.
Ready?
Okay, here we are looking at the front of one of those gearboxes. And this particular head had one shaft pretty good and one shaft very worn. So this is a new coupler, and as you can see, this is nice and tight on there. And this one, as you can see, is very loose, so not good. You're not going to be able to keep your knives in time, and it's also going to eventually wear this coupling out, and a lot of problems will ensue, mostly feeding problems. While we're at this little spot, I can show you this is the new water pump bearing that we install on every roller. And this here is the new knife that we install on the roller. This is a very high quality knife produced right here in Rock Valley, Iowa. It has the hardened tungsten edge on it, and we have been using these knives for the last 10 years and have had tremendous success. They're very long wearing and stay sharp very, very nicely. Another component that we work with on all of these heads is this aluminum support. And the big thing that happens with these supports is that the slider where the lower sprocket mounts onto gets worn, and it will wear in these here little holes right here. And so what we have done here is we push the old metal bushings out, and we have installed new full-length bushings. And when we go back together, we grease them. And this is a point of maintenance for you guys. We want to see you keep this lubricated up. Don't let it run dry. It's going to wear out, and then pretty quick your chains are going to be dragging against the deck plates and going to wear everything out. It's going to wear your chains out prematurely. So just a lot of good things about having this here piece rebuilt. And if you get a steel head from us, we also are going to address this here little flipper thing so you can open your hoods nicely. And we'll talk about that more again in just a little bit. All right then. Okay, here we're getting a little closer look at the row unit as the guys have it all put back together. Here's the aluminum support, and here are the hydraulic deck plates that we talked about. And here is the chain guide that we have produced right in Coima Company in Rock Valley, Iowa. This particular chain guide is very thick. It's double thick of what the Case OEM is. And it also holds the chain down tighter to the deck plate, which you can see right here. And this is very important because as we have harder to combine corns, you know, the BT corns, the trash comes building up underneath here and pushes against this chain guide and pushes it up into a 45-degree in time and gets thin. So this thicker guide will keep that chain straight as it's coming around the sprocket, and it will keep the material from building up excessively in this here area. And as we pointed out, You can't see the knives from here, but believe me, they're in there. And this is right where that new water pump bearing goes, right here. Okay? And then we go to, I'll talk about the slip clutches here. Each row unit has slip clutches on, which can't be seen right now, but they're right behind this here little cover. We call the slip clutch cover. And the slip clutch's purpose is to stop the row unit just in case you get something caught in here like a tree branch or something like that. So the slip clutches, we have reversed them all because one row unit has it on the left side and the next row unit will have it on the right side. We change them around so that they rotate in the opposite direction against a fresh surface on the slip clutch. And then also we install the hardened steel bushings that go in every slip clutch, so everything is pretty nice and tight again on that drive line. And along with that, I'd like to mention that this here drive line has been reconditioned as well. We do exchange the right hand for the left hand shaft because when we do that, the wear surface is on a different spot in each slip clutch, and the shaft itself has a different rotation. So that's all very good. And also, we have installed all new bearings on this shaft, and on 1083s, we also do something that is very, very wise to do. We have added a bearing support down where the head is driven. Can't see that right now, but believe me, it's there. And that bearing support is there because 1083s do have a problem with breaking that shaft right where the drive sprocket is. So we have added another support right next to that drive sprocket, and we feel that that additional support is going to serve you very well in supporting that shaft and avoiding breakdowns. Next, we're going to talk about all the pan pieces that we put in. And the first thing I want to mention to you is this here little pointed guy right there. A little bit hard to see, but it's in there. And this is called, trash knockoff, if you will. And as the corn is coming through here, the stalks and all the debris and stuff, this here little guy is knocking the rest of doing the final job of cleaning off those knives as they're spinning up there. And so we have a special jig that we use so that that particular little piece is just in the exact right spot. So it's very, very close to the knives and is sharp, so it should be doing a great job. Okay, so then next I want to talk about the chains and sprockets. And these here sprockets are all new sprockets. These are forged steel, the best that money can buy. We've had awesome luck with these. The chains are a nice heavy-duty chain. I feel better or definitely equal to the Case IH. On the bottom here we have our BCA sprocket, which is, by the way, also the original sprocket that this head was built with. We have purchased a large number of the last sprockets in existence, and we have an ample supply. So this is the best sprocket that you can buy. You cannot buy this sprocket anywhere else except for right here. And I want to show you too, the reason that we rebuild this is to keep this chain up off of this deck plate right here. And you can see that it's up off of there right now, and as things get worn out, this deck plate will get a big groove in it, and just lots of bad things start happening, like your chain jumping off. And also, you can see I'm moving it as much as I can. It's probably only 1/16 of an inch, but this is very nice and tight in here, and the chain works like this. So this again is lubricated, so all very, very nice. I failed to mention to you that the drive coupler that's on the top of this stock roll right here has been lubricated as well. And down the road, guys, you should be thinking about maybe 4 or 5 years. You should pull your stock rolls out and re-lubricate that shaft. It is a wearing item like I showed you at the beginning, and we want to protect our investment there and keep our corn head working in peak capacity. Okay, now the pans that we use are 2 pieces. We first have in here a new heavy-duty auger pan. And these 2 are made right in our town of Rock Valley, Iowa. And then on the top side of the pan is the back panel, and that as well will be new. So the 2 pieces are separate so that if you should run a rock or something in here, you can replace the bottom panel very easily. All right then.
Ready?
All right, so we moved to the back side of the head here, and you can see how thick this bottom pan is. Very, very nice. It should never give you any problems. And here's the drive cover that goes over top of all the chains and the sprockets here. And this will be a new one and should open up nicely. And this sprocket here will be a very good 35-2 sprocket. And we also do give you the intermediate speed sprocket, which is a 30 tooth, and that will go on the side of the head right here. It's not on there right now, but it will be. And if you peek inside here, you can see that bearing support that we added. It's right here. Let me point that little bugger a minute. Right there. So very, very nice feature on this head. Okay. When the boys put the pans back in, we also put in what we call the pan support that's right here. That has been installed new. Okay? And then this here piece where the corn goes up into their feeder house is new. These pieces that lay in the bottom of the feeder house, just kind of a little slide into the feeder house opening, are also new. Okay, and then the panel with the decal on is new as well. And you can see that the guys have got all the decals on this head. They look very nice. This head has been completely sandblasted, painted. It's been done on the bottom side as well as the top side, painted, and then it goes into the assembly room here, and the guys put it all back together. All right then. All right. So the auger that you're looking at here has been pre-checked for running straight. The auger that you get will run perfectly straight. This particular auger is a 6-inch auger, which is the heavy-duty auger that was available on the later model 1083s. It's a very good option to have, and you can ask me about that when you call in. We're looking at the hoods and snoots here. The hoods and snoots have been worked on to the extent where the bushing that lays in the front noses here is new. And aluminum and steel don't like each other. The steel will wear out. We put new in for you, okay? And also, if you look way up top, you can see a nice little skid plate, and that is new as well. And that wears out in time too. So we're always going to give you new ones of that. If you look at the fender here, you can see that it's poly. On our higher quality corn heads, as we rebuild, we put on poly, which usually is a Case IH poly. And we have also installed our designed tall corn shield, which is a 1/4 inch thick polyurethane. Very, very strong. Won't rust, won't bend, won't crack, won't even run away from home. So that's a very nice feature that we put on here. All right, we also have installed in the last while this feature, and this feature we put on at some customers' request because the hoods do not open far enough with the prop rod that is given to you. So we have actually used the prop rod and have redesigned a prop that holds the hood up nice and tall, so when you're backing in the shed, you don't have to do anything except for back it in. And we've made it very easy to operate. Just goes like this. It's loose. So, and I always say, if I can do it, anybody can do it. So very, very nice feature. We also give you new flaps here. All right then. Okay, we are now here looking at the hydraulic deck plates, in particular on this head. And as you can see, we have installed this bracket on the side of the row unit using this little hole as the lineup hole. I'm looking for it, but it's hiding. Well, right there. Okay. So if you are going to install it yourself, you would put this bolt in, and we have chosen in our shop to weld this bracket on. Makes it very, very strong, but you can use a drill and drill it on and use 2 more bolts. Okay, you can see that this bracket is hooked to the hydraulic deck plate, and this is where it swivels going back and forth like this. And we'll try to show you that in operation in just a bit. Okay, now back here you can see the arm that goes down here and attaches to your main control rod. And this main control rod is operated by this hydraulic cylinder that's kind of hiding in here. It's very compact. Okay, so it's a pretty simple system. And this cable goes around to the back side of the head, which we'll show you in a second, that operates the control feature where you can see just exactly how far open your deck plates are at just a glance. All right then.
Ready.
All right, here is the nice little control dial that we give you. And it goes from 1 to 5, and you can choose from one side or the other because it's got 2 holes in it for where the one is open or if the one is closed. So very, very simple. Right here we have installed, I'm looking guys, we have installed the hookups right here. You will have all the hoses and couplers that you need right here. And this here is a flow control valve, which allows you to adjust the speed of the hydraulic deck plates going fast. If you're young, you like them fast. If you're an old grandpa, you like them slow. So you can actually adjust that speed right here. Also, we are going to give you a good quality drive shafts throughout with new bearings. So I thank you very much for joining us today, and please do check us out on our website, greenwayfarmsinc.com, or feel free to call me at any time. I've always got my cell phone with me, so that number is 712-470-0554. Thank you. God bless you.